Mark, you obviously got to play with some fantastic hockey players during your two stints with the Flyers. Had a few deep playoff runs. Was there anything other than not winning a cup that was a disappointment during your time?
You know what? No, I mean, I was very fortunate to um, play in a great city with a great, um, great organization, great teammates. I got, twice I was there, and the two times I was there, and I mean, the first time was a little bit more of a rebuild, and then, obviously I got moved and then come back, and we were a pretty darn good team, and it's just unfortunate we got to the semis twice, and we just didn't quite get it done, but we believed in each other with those teams. So there's really not anything. I mean, I loved my time there, and it was incredible. And obviously, you know, the owner, Mr. Snyder, was a big part of that, and Bobby Clark and Paul Holmgren and that group of people who made it real special for the players.
Jeff Nyberg, you're on with Mark. Go ahead.
Hey, Mark. First of all, congratulations. Secondly, do you have a favorite moment during your time in Philadelphia, or maybe a few of them? And then secondly, my second question would just be, what are you up to these days?
Favorite moments, God, I've got a lot of them. I mean, um, I scored my 400th goal there, which was great. On a personal note, but my favorite moments were the two runs we had with the organization, and with the players we had, and we were really tight group, and really enjoyed each other, and just like we were a team that we felt if we got to the finals, we had an opportunity to win championships. We just didn't quite get there, but those to me are my favorite moments, because when you get those special bonds, with a group of guys, and the feeling you have in the dressing room every day, it's really awesome. And those moments to me are kind of what make everything. And you can have some individual stuff, but to me, there's nothing better than being with teammates that you love to be with and want to be with. And it's unfortunate we never got the job done, but when you have a couple good runs, it's still pretty neat.
Follow up, Jeff.
Yeah, just what are you up to these days? How's life treating you?
Life's treating me good. Yeah, not too much. I'm trying to get back into the hockey world again, and I took a year off after being in New Jersey, and just trying to get back into the game, and I prefer the management side right now. Unless something jumps at me with the coaching, but I prefer the management. I like the building side personally, and that's intriguing to me, and it always has been. I was in player development for a number of years here before I went into coaching, so I enjoy that part. So we'll see what happens. I'm looking to get back in. I'm too young to sit at home, and I want to get back in and help an organization at some point.
Jordan Hall, you're on with Mark. Go ahead.
Hey, Mark, congratulations. This is an organization with some big names: Bob Clark, Eric Lindros, Claude Giroux, and you have the record for the most points in a single season. How much does that record mean to you?
Well, like individual things are great. Ultimately we didn't get to the Stanley Cup, which was your ultimate goal every year. But I mean, it is nice to have that. I mean, we had a pretty decent year, and it's always nice to have that, to know that you're helping out the team. What you're supposed to be doing, you're doing your job, and I was doing my job, and I was helping the team, and trying to be successful, and so I was doing my part. But it's all, at the end of the day, it's all about the team, and how successful they are. And the individual stuff's awesome. I mean, to beat Bobby Clark record to me is incredible. I mean, obviously, you grew up watching him. I grew up watching him, and to know what type of player he is, and to get to know him and know what type of person he is, and to be around him on a day-to-day basis was unreal. And to be able to get ahead of him was pretty surreal, and pretty amazing.
Adam Kimmelman, you're on with Mark. Go ahead. Adam, you there? Unmute.
Hi, Mark. Congratulations on this honor. I'm just curious, who from the Flyers called and let you know, and what was the phone call like, and what was the reaction when you found out this was going to happen?
Well, my reaction, it was funny. It was about a week ago, and Marshy Brad Marsh, because I was at the fantasy camp they had a couple weeks prior, and Marshy sent me an email, said, "Hey, we're trying to get all the guys on a call and want to see how we can improve it, blah blah blah," and did all that stuff. And then I get on the phone, and we had kind of like a bad connection. They were trying something new on the Zoom or whatever it was, and so Jonesy and oh my God, I just drew a blank, but Jonesy got on, and I saw Jonesy. I said, what's Jonesy doing on here? I know he was at the fantasy camp, but I didn't think he'd be on that call. And then they introduced, they said that in between all the kind of the bad connection, I got that they were inducting me into the Flyer Hall of Fame. And I just kind of joked. I said, "Oh, I thought this was about the fantasy camp." So it was a great feeling. I mean, there's nothing better than that when you get recognized like that. And I love being a Flyer, and I do a lot of alumni stuff with the group still. And it's been a truly a special honor to get inducted. Like you said, there's only, I'm the 20th guy, and there's not a lot of guys, and it's an unreal feeling to get that and to feel that way.
Bill Meltzer, you're on with Mark. Go ahead.
Mark, a bunch of guys that were on that 1999 2000 team have said that might have been the closest knit team they were ever part of. What made that such a particularly special group?
Yeah, it's just funny how it just all clicks, and you got a group of guys who are just all in together, and no matter what adversity, adversity doesn't bother your team. You just keep going, doing what you're doing. You go through ups and downs through the course of the year. We never really, we had some ups and downs, but you would never have known in the dressing room. We kept it as even as you could get, and we just enjoyed being around each other. We enjoyed practicing hard every day, playing with a high pace, playing hard in games, playing for each other. And when you get that group, it's pretty neat. I mean, you'll get a lot of players that never won Stanley Cups that were part of those groups, and was very fortunate to be part of two in Philly that were that way, and we just didn't quite get there. And it's it sucks, but it's still, you remember those days. I mean, we still talk about it. We talk about those days, about how much we enjoyed each other and how close we were, and we knew it. But it's just unfortunate you don't get that opportunity to get that final. You're the winner in the final day. And it's unfortunate.
Okay, we have time for a few more questions. Kevin Durso, you're on with Mark. Go ahead.
Hey, Mark, congratulations on the honor. Curious because you talked about some of the guys you played with, Keith Jones, John LeClaire, Patrick Sharp, all kind of getting involved in the Flyers front office this past offseason. Just kind of from your experience playing with them, what are your thoughts on where they can kind of take the Flyers franchise going forward?
Oh, man, I'm so excited for them. Obviously they've had some great management, and they've done some great things there. But I'm really excited what, with Keith and Danny Briere and Torts and the group, and Johnny, and obviously Johnny Sharpie. They understand the culture that needs to be a successful organization and to be a winning organization. And, they're taking those steps. I mean, I've spent a lot of time, with the alumni stuff with them. And I just think they've already done a terrific job. They've been open and honest right now, which is perfect. Like, they're in a rebuild. They're going to rebuild this franchise, and they're going to do it right. And they're going to take their time and do it the proper way. And, they've been open and honest about that. And that's how they have to be. And I mean, knowing those guys and playing against Danny Briere, I know him some, but playing against him, knowing competitive he is, and I think they're headed in the right direction. I'm excited about where their direction is going, and as an ex-Flyer, I'm excited about it. I truly am, and I know what they want to do, and I know they know how to build a winning culture, and that's so important. And they've been open and honest with the fans and the city of Philadelphia, which I think is unreal. And it's so important that they do that, and they just continue to build from there. And I think that's something that they needed to do. And they, John LeClair, Patrick Sharp. I mean, you look at all the Stanley Cups they've won, with the group they brought in, and that's extremely important in my opinion. They know what the winning culture is.
All right, everyone, that concludes the press conference for today. Congratulations, Mark, again, and thanks for joining us and taking the time to do this.
Thanks, guys. Really appreciate your time.